Most people come to Marbella chasing sun and champagne, but there's another side to this place, one that winds through whitewashed alleys, medieval walls, and echoes of Moorish history. We'll start in the shadows of the old city and end where the Mediterranean meets modern luxury. Come with me and see a side of Marbella most never will. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Project Gaia. JP here, and today we are in Marbella, Spain. Now, Marbella is known as a rich European destination. So people from all over Europe come here, usually the wealthy, to enjoy the beautiful beaches and the quaint atmosphere of Marbella. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to explore the difference between the old Marbella and the new Marbella, right? And we're going to understand what makes this city on the Costa del Sol so special and why it keeps bringing thousands and thousands of tourists from all over Europe and even other places like North America and South America every year. So join me on a journey as we explore this fascinating destination that really blends the old medieval with the new resort beach life. So, let's begin. So one of the first places that I found when I first entered Marbella was this park here. This is called El Parque De La Alameda. And it's not a huge park, but it's so incredibly lush and beautiful. And it's between the Mediterranean Sea and the beginning of the old town. And it has these beautiful benches that have these paintings that represent life here in Marbella and, you know, represent the history and the culture of this specific city. And it's just so cool. I mean, you have these like subtropical palm trees everywhere mixed with deciduous trees, and just the colorful nature of all the Spanish benches and the tiles. It really truly is beautiful. And it's a great place to escape that hot Andalusian southern Spain sun, right? Because it's completely shaded. So this is a good place to come, relax, either before you start your big tour, in the middle if you're too hot, or after. You know, you get great people watching. A lot of people are here enjoying the day, and it's just a beautiful place to rest, relax, and to just hang out. So where we are now is Marbella's old medieval district. So it has these tight, super narrow streets that you could just walk through, and you have these beautiful white buildings all around you, and it really actually shields you from the sun, so it's actually nice in that sense. But it truly is beautiful. I mean, there's just stores and restaurants everywhere, and it's just like you're walking through these little labyrinthine-like district, and you know, it really makes you feel like you're back in the medieval era, but like a specifically Spanish version of that. I mean, everywhere I look, it's just more and more beautiful. There's beautiful tiles everywhere. There's flower pots coming out of balconies. There's people smiling, people dining, stores, restaurants, just everything you could think of. And it truly is just a very alive place to be. I mean, that's the best way to put it. It really truly makes you feel alive. If it's not from just the colorful nature of it all, or just the happiness that permeates it, or if it's that Spanish sun, something about here truly makes you feel happy. It's full of life. That's really how it makes you feel. So when you're here, you know, check out this district for sure. This is probably one of the best things to do when you're here in Marbella, is just to wander these labyrinthine-like streets. And, you know, it's a little touristy, just like anywhere, but I mean, it makes perfect sense why it is. It's truly beautiful. So as you walk around Marbella, there are a ton of surprises. So I was just walking along one of the tiny, narrow streets here, and then I ended up at this beautiful plaza. It's called Plaza de la Iglesia, which means the plaza of the church, or the church plaza. And right off of it is this beautiful 16th century church called Church of Our Lady of the Incarnation. And it just towers over this beautiful plaza adorned with palm trees and fountains and I mean, just look at it. It truly is something out of like a fairy tale, right? And along the plaza, you got these beautiful buildings, cafes, and then it's all centered by this 16th century church. So definitely check this out and make sure you go inside the church as well, because it truly is inspiring, gets you out of the heat, and it kind of brings a little bit of a spiritual vibe to your journey as well. So I definitely recommend checking that out. Marbella is not a huge city, right? So there's not a ton of sites. There's a couple cool things littered within the old district, right? So one of the best things really to do is to just sit down, relax, you know, you're deep into the Mediterranean, right? Grab a wine, and just watch the beauty of everything around you. I mean, that truly is one of the best things to do here. Don't worry about rushing to this museum, this church, this wall, all of that, even though we do that, right? But take a little time here. It truly is special, and in that Andalusian style. You want to kick back, have a drink, and just enjoy the moment. Put off your phone, stop with the guidebooks, just relax, people watch, and enjoy the moment. There are a lot of plazas in Marbella's Old Town, but the biggest and most famous one is Plaza de Las Naranjas, right? Which means Plaza of the Oranges. So there are tons of orange trees in this area, and it's just a beautiful center meeting point. Lots of restaurants, lots of stores. Everyone hangs out here. It's kind of in the center of the Old Town. So when you're walking through here, it's a great place to stop, have a drink, have a little bit of lunch, and do some people watching too. One thing that you have to do when you're in Andalusia, Marbella, Malaga, Cadiz, any of these southern Spanish cities, is you have to get tapas, right? So if you don't know what tapas are, they're kind of like appetizers, like little dishes, right? And they're really cheap here. If you go to a Spanish restaurant in the United States, they're gonna charge you a lot here. But here, they're like 4 or 5 euros, right? Which is like $5-6, right? So I recommend you get anything with jamón ibérico, right? So I got croquetas, jamón ibérico, and I got a beef croquetas too. If you can get the mushroom one, get that, because the mushroom one is fantastic. So get that, and then also get pan con tomate. So it's just bread with this like tomato spread with like olive oil in it, and it's really, really good. Pair that with a little bit of red wine, order it vino tinto, okay? Vino tinto, get that, right? And you will have a great lunch. After seeing all the beautiful restaurants and stores and cafes and the beautiful old town, you may not think that this city had to be defended. But what is behind me right here is Marbella's medieval walls. They call it the Murallas, right? So take a look at them. They're truly magnificent. They're hundreds and hundreds of years old. And these were the original walls that surrounded the old city. So when we travel to medieval cities, we see them now, right? We see them as these old, beautiful places that kind of encourage tourism. But a medieval city was a functioning place that had to be defended. And a place before a strong central government, like in the medieval world, cities had to be defended, right? So what you'll see in a lot of medieval cities is walls surrounding and circumnavigating the entire city, the old city usually. And that's what this is. This is a perfect example of this. Check out some of our other videos. I have a lot in Italy, England, France, and this one's in Spain. And it is a perfect example of how, when you don't have a centralized government and it's kind of little fiefdoms fighting each other all the time, that you create the need for walls to defend your population. And that's what you'll see all over here. And what I find so interesting about these ones in Marbella is that people are just like parked along it like it's just like some normal thing, right? But these were defensive walls. People probably died here. There was wars here. There were sieges here, right? But it's like right along where there's restaurants and stores. So it's definitely cool to see the juxtaposition between the modern old city and what it used to be. Once you get out of the old city, it really gives way to a more modern development. So as you get by the beach, you're gonna see kind of skyscrapers, high rises, more kind of resorty style things, which is cool if that's your, if that's your cup of tea. But I think what's so great about Marbella is that it maintains the old, right? So the old medieval quarter, but also embraces the new. Okay, all right. But it also embraces the new, right? So you have the skyscrapers, the high rises, the hotels along the beach, right? So as you get closer to the water, you're gonna see more modern development. One place that you for sure have to check out when you're here in Marbella is Avenida Duque de Ahumada, right? So this is a street that runs along the water. It runs along the Mediterranean Sea. And it's so beautiful. I mean, it's filled with palm trees and deciduous trees, and you could hear the sounds of the waves crashing on the shore, right? So it really is beautiful, and it's abutted right against Marbella's main beaches. So I recommend walking down here. You get a real beach vibe, and it's really beautiful. There's tons of people out, people going swimming, people in the restaurants all around it, and it really kind of encapsulates that Costa del Sol vibe. So the main beach here in Marbella is Playa Venus, so it means Venus Beach, and it's beautiful. You go right into the Mediterranean, right? And I'm here in September, so the water has warmed up quite a bit, right? So I can kind of just walk in. Depends when you come, if you come in May, it might be a little bit colder, but I'm here in September, so I can just walk right in. And it's 10 euros to get in, which really isn't that bad, to be honest with you. And you just order, you order a couple drinks and you order some food and $10 to get in. And you have this beautiful beach to yourself right in Marbella, the center of Marbella, literally like 5 to 10 minutes from the old city. So definitely check this out when you're here. Explore the beach. I recommend doing this in the mid-afternoon after you explore the old city, because it starts to get hot around 2 or 3. So definitely check this out. So I don't know if you guys know this, but in the Mediterranean Sea, there's not sharks. Like, I think there are some, but they never attack anyone. Like, it's extremely rare, right? I live in New York. I live in Brooklyn, New York. So, I'm gonna be honest. Whenever I go on the beach, I kind of think there's like a damn shark underneath me, right? But what's nice about here is you don't feel like that, because there are no sharks in the Mediterranean. Or there are, but there's never attacks. Like, there was one in 1,000 years, right? So it's kind of like going in a lake. So you don't have to worry about sharks. That's a good part.
Okay guys, this was Marbella, Spain. Now, it's a fascinating city filled with the old and the new, the beach and the medieval, and I had a wonderful time showing you guys the best things to do and see while you're here in Marbella. Now, if you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video, share this video. Let me know if you have any comments or questions below. I get back to all my questions sooner or later. Until next time guys, take care. Bye.